Hello friend, this is me Anshu, and today I'm going to explain you in the chapter 6 of science textbook, classification of plants. So let's start. Kingdom classification. 5 kingdom classification was done by Robert Whittaker in the year 1959. And as you can see, we are going to show you his kingdom classification. So he divided organism. First comes organisms. So organisms, we go to prokaryotes and eukaryotes. So prokaryotes ends at Monera. Then from eukaryotes we go to unicellular and multicellular. So in unicellular it is protista and then it ends. Multicellular goes in two more groups, with cell wall and without cell wall. Without cell wall ends at animalian. With cell wall goes to production, food production, and those who cannot produce food produced by cell are called fungi, and those who can produce food are called as plants. When study of plants, the group of autotrophic living organisms having eukaryotic cells with cell walls is a group. They become autotrophic as they can perform photosynthesis with the help of chlorophyll. Living organisms of kingdom Plantae are the main source of food for all other living organisms. Basis of classification. Plants need to be classified many groups, so we are going to show you the basic class. This is basic basis. So the presence or absence of organs, it is the first criterion and it's very important. The presence or absence of conducting tissues is also a second consideration. In plants bear seeds, whether they are enclosed in a fruit or not is also an important classification. Now we go to a higher level of classification. Characteristics such as absence of flowers, fruits, seeds and plants are classified as cryptogams and panenograms. Depending when the seeds are enclosed in a fruit or not, panenograms are classified as gymnosperms and angiosperms. Angiosperms are further classified as monocots or dicots depending upon the number of cotyledons in seed. This was the higher level of classification. Now we are going to do introduction to scientists. So as you can see, we are going to introduce an Escher, who is in 1883, Ira Botany made this classification. So he divided the plants into cryptogams and panenograms. So now we are going to learn about Thallophyta. These plants grow mainly on water. These group of plants, which do not have specific parts like roots, stem, leaf, flowers, but are autotrophic to the presence of chlorophyll, are called algae. There is a variety of types of algae. Some are found in clean water while some are found in saline water. They have soft fiber-like body. So now let's see some examples. There's Spirogyra ulva, as you can see in the picture. Then we have Chara. These three are there are many more, but these three are the main basic. Now I go to Bryophyta. Bryophyta, these groups of plants are called amphibians of the plant kingdom because they grow in moist soil, but they need water for reproduction. We know that. They are thalloid, multicellular, autotrophic. They reproduce by spore formation, as you can know. Their body structure is flat ribbon-like, so they have no roots and stems and leaves. So they also do not have specific condition. Now for the examples, we go to Funaria marchantea, as you can see both in the picture, and Anthocerasa. These are three examples for Bryophyta. Now go to Petridioiphyta. Plants from these groups have well-developed roots, stem and leaves and separate tissues for conduction of food. They do not bear any flowers or fruits. They will reproduce with the help of spores formed on the back or posterior, you can say, on their leaves. So they do not reproduce by stem kind of processes. They reproduce with the help of spores formed on the back or posterior surface of the area. So the examples are Marsilia, Endiantum, Lycopodium, Petris. So now we come to panenograms. So now in the basic of plants which have special structure for reproduction and produce seeds are called panenograms. In these plants, the process of reproduction, seeds are formed which contain the embryo and stored food. During germination of the seed, the stored food is for initial growth of the embryo. Depending upon whether the seeds are included in a seed or not, in a fruit or not, the panenograms are classified into gymnosperms and angiosperms. Now we come to gymnosperms. Gymnosperms are mostly evergreen, perennial woody. Their stems are without branches. The leaves form like a crown shape. These plants with male and female flowers on the different sapropels of the same plant. Seeds of these plants do not have natural coverings. These plants do not form fruits and therefore are called gymnosperms. Gymnos mean naked and sperm means seed. Now for the examples we have Cycas, Piscia, which is also known as Christmas tree. Then we have Thuja, which is more punky, and Pinus, which is known as deodar. So now let's move on to next topic, angiosperms. Angiosperms, these flowers bear the reproductive organs. That means the flower is the reproductive organ of this plant. The flowers develop into seed and seed are formed within fruits. The fruits are covered, hence they are called angiosperm. Angios means cover and sperm means seeds. So in this case the fruits are there which are covered. Now we go to monocotyledonous and dicotyledonous plants. The plants which can bear whose seeds can be divided into two equal halves, the dicotyledons, are called dicotyledonous plants. The plants whose seed cannot be divided into two equal parts are called now let's for the difference. Seeds, dicotyledonous plants have two cotyledons and monocotyledonous plants have only single cotyledon. That means they cannot divide. For the root, dicotyledonous have well-developed primary root or tap root. Monocotyledonous plants have fibrous roots, as you can see in the picture. So for the stem, dicotyledonous have strong hard stem which is like a banyan tree. Example is a banyan tree, and monocotyledonous plants have a hollow stem, which the example is bamboo. For the stem, dicotyledonous have the same one. Monocotyledonous plants into three groups. So the second one is false, means it is like a banana. This is the banana root. And the third one from monocotyledonous plants is disc-like shape, which is onion. So there are three types of the leaves. They are dicotyledonous plants. We have spiral venation, and for the monocotyledonous plants we have reticulate venation. Dicotyledonous, the flowers with 4 or 5 parts in the multiples are called tetramerous or pentamerous, and monocotyledonous has flowers with 3 parts on multiple or trimerous. So it means that these, for the dicotyledonous, as you can say, the plant either has 4 petals or 5 petals, and the monocotyledonous plants only has 3. So thank you for